Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel English Winglish by Pooja Singh. Today, this is a series which we are running, and today we'll be solving our questions. Okay, December 2020. Sorry, December 2013. I was about to say 2023. Okay, so we'll start with the very first question. What I felt solving these 3 years, this one is the toughest because very lengthy type of questions are also there, and it's quite in-depth question. If you are not able to answer, like if you haven't studied in depth, you won't be able to answer. So hello everyone. So let's get started. The very word is like a bell to toll me back from thee to my soul self. Which word? So now how you will be understanding that from where it is and how you have to get connected with this. So until unless you don't know the background of it, you won't be able to understand. So it was written by John Keats. His more famous ode to a nightingale. So this was one of the famous, and between one of the stanza it has been taken. So we'll start with the answer. Its answer is forlorn. So yeah, you have to read the poems to get to know the answer. So what from this question, what you need to go to John Keats, read his poems and learn. Okay, and it so we'll get back to question number 2. The poems like the altar and the Easter wings dash exploits dash John Donne alliteration, Robert Herrick trimeter, G.M. Hopkins sprung rhythm, George Herbert typographic space. I know the right answer is George Herbert, and it exploits the typographic space. So typographic space is not concerned only with the scientific or in philosophical imagination, but also in a literary imagination. Okay. Now see how long is this. If you don't know, you won't be able to answer. So no, thou hast not felt the lapse of hours, for what wears out the life of mortal men, 'tis that repeated shocks again and again exhaust the energy of strongest souls and numb the elastic powers. Who does the poet addresses here? Now, for the very first thing, you should be knowing about what it has been written and how it has been written. Unless you have not been knowing, you won't be able to understand. Okay, its answer is the scholar gypsy. You will be writing down in the comment section who has written the scholar gypsy. Okay, now let's go to question number 4. The Roman éclave, French for novel with a key, it's a French term, Roman éclave, and that means novel with a key, uses contemporary historical figures as its key chief characters. Now they are of course given fictional names, like one point is Aldous Huxley's point, counterpoint. Its Mark Rampin is modeled on. So basically when I first solved, I did not understand anything, that what I have to deal it with and what I have to go with it. So it's really very difficult when you don't know anything and this type of questions come. So yeah, sometimes UGC net, sometimes always UGC net will always surprise you. Whether in your life nobody surprises you with anything, but yeah, UGC net will never fail to surprise you. So yes, for that, for these type of question, you have to be ready, because as I always say, from my first YouTube live session, I'm telling you this, 10 to 15 questions will be like that you won't be able to understand from where it came. But now I can see to connecting names like D.H. Lawrence and E.M. Foster and Wyndham Lewis and Arnold Bennett. So how we have to go with it? We have to go that it has been by D.H. Lawrence. So yeah, we have to give it like that. Now yeah, she was a worthy woman, all higher life, house bonds. At churchup door she had the 5. So can you understand these all? These are old English. Old English words. That's why husbands is written here. It's husbands. Then haddy 5 means it had 5. In the prologue, Chaucer represents the wife of Bath as crude and vulgar, outspoken and boastfully licentious, a witness to masculine oppression, bubbling with vitality. Now, this is from the Canterbury Tales, and this has been repeated like 4 times since 2012. We are solving from 2012, and since then it has been solved like it has come like 4 to 5 times. Geoffrey Chaucer. So yes, you have to read Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales in detail. Okay, so here it is asking about what you have to do. So in short, I'll be telling you a story. The wife of Bath, that a well-traveled middle-aged woman there, and she, like, it was like Bath of woman, she did married 5 times, and she's not counting the other lovers that she did not marry. So she was of like that. She has a large amount of knowledge about the experiences when she questions the authority of the Bible. So, and that too, she has a very good background when somebody debates with it. So it is all about that story, the wife of Bath, in Geoffrey Chaucer. So what we have to say, she is boasting that okay, I married 5 times, and still I'm not counting the ones which I did not marry. They were my lovers. Okay, so it answers will be B. Yeah, she is crude and vulgar, not in that terms. She's outspoken and boastfully licentious, and she is bubbling with vitality. Okay, so question number 6. The novel, the novel tells the story of twin brothers. So mark twin brothers. Waldo, the man of reason and intellect, and the Arthur, the innocent half-wit, the way their lives are inextricably intertwined. Which is the novel? So earlier it was this type of novel which used to came in, that which type of novel it is, how you have to deal with it. So I guess asking the direct name is easy rather than giving a random passage from it. So let's guess. The options are the Tree of Man was the solid mandala and the Vici sector. It is C. Gap tooth woman. रणवीर पांडे. मैम ईमेल वाला रिप्लाई मैं देखा, एंड आपका MA गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट वाला वीडियो भी काफ़ी हेल्पफुल था. विशेष में मैम एक वीडियो बना दीजिए अपने चैनल पर जिसमें MA में बुक्स, ऑनलाइन यूट्यूब चैनल, सोर्सेज एक्सेट्रा. Okay, I will be working. As of now, I am little busy in my PhD work. I have a lot of work in my PhD. I have to discuss. I have to think of my own. Good afternoon, Kiran. I have to think of my PhD topic because I have so many topics in my mind, and I'm dealing that what I have to go with. I have like feminist, psychofeminist, then the plight of women, then the works of women, then the feminist criticism, then the tribal literature. A lot of options are there for me, and I'm stuck that what I have to do. I have to make a literary proposal for it. I have my interview dates. So yeah, a little busy, but still I have decided that I will not break this series. So first I will do that, and the moment I'll get time, Ranveer, I'll make that video. Okay, no worries. Okay, so this is from the solid mandala. Question number 7. Who among the following was not a member of the Scribblers Club. Thomas Parnell, Alexander Pope, Joseph Edison, and John Gay. So who was not the Scribblers member? So Joseph Edison was not the Scribblers member. Who are the members? Swift, Alexander Pope, Arbuthnot, Gay Parnell, Congreve, Robert Harley. These were the CBSE board, Ranveer. You are taking my interview or what? Okay, I'll make a video on that also. My class 10th mark sheet, my 12th mark sheet, my subjects, my board. Who I am. I'll make a complete video of it. Who I am, so that I don't have to answer that 10th and 12th किस board से हुआ है. Dash is a theological term brought into a literary criticism by. So now, see, this has no surpair, but yes, if you have read about the concept about it, you will understand that. I just know these two, ambiguity and epiphany. Okay, I don't know about this entelexy, St. Augustine, or adequation for Walter Onge. So I know this is a theological term. Just because of theological term was written, I was knowing that yes, I can make an answer of it. This is epiphany, James Joyce. Okay. Now question number 9. Oh my god, huge. Whenever I see this type of long question, it likes, oh my god, I have to read and I have to see, then I'll understand. But yeah, it is a direct stanza has been written. Aniket ma'am, these PYQs repeated in upcoming exam. Can't you tell me PYQ best book? I've already mentioned thousands of times that you can buy best any PYQ book which gives you the correct answers. Which I referred was R. Gupta's PYQ. It is easily available on internet. You can buy on Amazon, you can buy on Flipkart. When I took this book, I just saw the ratings. Okay, 4/5, 4.5, and saw some text like reviews of it, and I took that. That's all. So you can buy R. Gupta's PYQ, it's best. But when I was solving these again and again, so I found 2 to 3 mistakes, which is common. See, when you will read a lot, no, you yourself will be knowing that, okay, no, I have read somewhere, this is not the correct answer. So yeah, books are there, 1 or 2 mistakes are acceptable, but more than that, it's not. So yeah, let's get started. The almighty power hurled headlong, faming through the sea. Whenever you see these types of sea, it has given the reference that it has been taken from Paradise Lost, and now they are asking that what we have to give the almighty power. Who is the almighty power? The very first elimination method will see Saturn. Saturn will not be the almighty power. Then he is like, no, the find. Even if it is have been friend, then though it's wrong. So we are left with only him. So the correct answer is him. Then question number 10. Which of the following work does not have a mad woman as a character in it? This question has been repeated like 7 to 8 times since 2012 to 2018. It has been repeated, and these 4 works are super duper important. So kindly go and have a look through it. You watch YouTube videos, you watch Wikipedia summary. That would be enough for knowing the characters. Okay, so please read this question again. Which of the following work does not have a mad woman as a character in it? So the Yellow Paper, the Mad Woman in the Attic, Jane Eyre, and White Sagora. See, so it will be a surprise that being its name given, the Mad Woman in the attic, it does not have the character a mad woman, isn't it? So what is the story of the Mad Woman in the Attic? It is like that there is a Jane Eyre, it is a Jane Eyre's work, and in which Rochester's wife Bertha Mason is kept locked in the attic by her husband. That is why it is written the mad woman in the attic. Very, disturbing work I have ever read in my life. I don't know how somebody can do like this. Okay. So yeah, these are the super important work. You should not miss it when you are reading it. Now question number 11. Which of the following is not a quest narrative? What is a quest narrative? The very first question you should be asking from yourself, and then which is not a quest narrative. Okay. It is a Coleridge's Christabel. But when you are on a narrative of questioning yourself, what is your identity, why you are doing it, so it is a supernatural work. It is a supernatural work which you have to read in depth. It's a long poem by St. Coleridge, very interesting one, and you will be shocked by at the climax of it. Okay. Now question number 12. The novel has a scene where African American students are made to compete and fight with each other. Now see, so it's the moment you see African American students, it is post-colonial, and then they are made to compete and fight with each other as they rush for the gold coins tossed on the electric blanket. So what it is happening, so here it is happening that they have given a short topic or a summary kind of thing, what we say, extract kind of thing, and they have given these 4 options. The very first option says Richard Witt, Native Son, James Baldwin's Another Country, Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man, and Toni Morrison, Bluest Eye. So its answer will be Ralph Ellison, Invisible Man. And these type of question has been come in the match of the following many times. So yeah, this is Toni Morrison, Bluest Eye is very important. Okay. G.M. Hopkins, you must have seen this name like 5 to 6 times in this 4 session. So G.M. Hopkins' Wind Hover is dedicated to the Christ or Lord, to Christ our Lord. What is this? Only 1 comma's difference. Okay. To Christ our Lord. Okay. Then a difference is also there, small and L. To no one, to Christ the Lord. So it is a contradicting type of question. The answer is this, to Christ our Lord. So let's move to question number. Match the following to the quote given. Authors and poems. Very easy one. Any poem that you are knowing. Ted Hughes, Seamus Heaney, W.H. Auden, D.H. Lawrence. The Outer, Snake, Ghost Crabs. Prevent the Dog from Barking. Wow. I will read this. I haven't read this one, but by name it is compelling. Okay, you have to read it. So this is question number 14. So we have to match. So let me zoom in a bit. Any answers, any options? You are not taking part in it. The only thing I will mention, if you are not taking part here, or you are not able to sit for 1 hour straight just for solving 50 PYQs, and that too of English, you are not ready for examination. You won't be able to sitting in a stretch of 3 hours long. Okay. You have to make a habit of it. Nobody likes it. So this is Ted Hughes is Ghost Crabs, and I can see 2, 3. So can you see the difficulty level has been raised from that 2012 to 2030, because earlier they were like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, so it was easy to guess and it was easy to make. But second, Seamus Heaney is The Outer. W.H. Auden is The Dog Barking. Prevent the Dog Barking from the Juicy One. And D.H. Lawrence is written The Snake. So by this we come to the conclusion that it is answer option number C. Very important one. Now, my God, literally 2013 December is the toughest, I guess. How can anyone like be solving this one? His cooks with long disuse their trade forgot. Cool was his kitchen, though his brains were hot. Who is the character whose stingness passed into a proverb? Like literally means out of 5,000 6,000 works, I should be knowing this one, that who was cooking and who was cool was in kitchen, though his brains were hot, and stingness into a proverb. Am I audible and visible? Nobody's saying anything. Please say yes at least. Am I audible and visible? As my connection is good, because yesterday I had a lot of technical issues. I did like 3 to 4 times streaming, but it was not connecting. My PDF was not opening. At a point I thought of giving up, like I don't want to do this series. I would have studied my own, that was okay, but one thing kept me going. If I am backing off from this moment of trouble, it will be my habit of backing up again and again. So you should not give up for anything, even if the problem is so. Yes, audible and visible. Okay, thank you. So let's get started. So it is of Shimi. I don't know who is this. So be ready for 15 to 20 questions of like that you won't be knowing of each and everything. So the story and the novel, the idea and the storm are the needle and the thread, and I never heard of a guild of tailors. So recommend the use of the thread without the needle or the needle without the thread. Okay, this famous describing relation to idea is form. So options are Sir Philip Sidney, An Apology for Poetry; Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Biographia Literaria; Henry James, The Art of Fiction; I.A. Richards, Principles of Literary Criticism. It is from the Henry James, The Art of Fiction. Okay. Now again, so this chronological question has been the favorites of UGC net. So yes, the Norman Quest is 1066, William Caxton, The Introduction of Printing; the King James Bible; Dr. Johnson's English Dictionary; and the Commonwealth period. So yes, if you know, if you don't know, you won't be knowing it each and everything. And see why we have to practice at home, because see, can you see, I have to scroll like this. I will scroll up and I will see the things, then I will scroll down and I will see. So this is, you have to be habitual of it. If you are not practicing at home, I'm very sorry to say you won't be able to face that trouble of UGC net, sitting at the UGC net examination. Okay, so this correct answer will be the very first time, the Norman Conquest 1066, it's right. Then William Caxton and the Introduction of Printing. Then this, you should remember this one, the King James Bible 1611, and Dr. Johnson's English Dictionary 1755. Again, this is again a repeated question. The Commonwealth period, the Protectorate 1649 and 1660. Okay. So this is the correct answer, and you have to learn this. No easy techniques, no trips, no ticks, nothing are there. Then Leopold Bloom is Ulysses, a great war veteran, a Dublin war honor, a Jewish advertising agent, and Irish nationalist. It is a Jewish advertising agent. Okay, let me check. Yeah. Then question number 19. Again, important one. Late capitalism, by which is meant accelerated technological development and the massive extension of intellectually qualified labor, was first popularized by. So directly it is asking who popularized the late capitalism. It's Ernest Mandel. Question number 20. Again, you're asking about the correct chronological sequence. So native son. So how you have to deal with it? You just have to deal it with your common sense in the examination. Even if you're not knowing all the works, all the writer, but still you will be knowing 1 to 2, then it will be okay. I know, yes, Invisible Man, I know this one. Then I know this one, Their Eyes Were Watching God by, so I know some of them, so yes, I can make it. This one is correct. Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Then Native Son by Richard Wright. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Another Country by James Baldwin. How you can solve these types? Either you are knowing the works by the works date or by the writer's age. Okay, this is the only way to solve these type of question. Now, metaphor is so widespread that it is often used as an umbrella term to include other figures of speech such as metonyms, which can be technically distinguished from it in narrower usage. So identify the metamorphical phrase in the sentences. Okay, how great this question is. Means you are just writing something and then you are just describing something, and in that you are asking a metaphorical phrase. So yeah, this is a smart, there must be some smart person who has set this question. That is why it is so difficult also. So it can be B21. No, it is figures of speech or the umbrella term. Okay, so that is also a dropped question. Now question number 22. Along with the shore of silver streaming Thames, whose rutty bank the which his river Thames was painted all with variable flowers, fit to deck Makin's bowers and crowns their paramours against their bridal day. Please remember this bridal day, which is not long. Sweet Thames, run softly till I end my song. Another poet fondly recalls this line but cannot conceal their heavily ironic tones. Wow, this line is good. That many poems has taken this lines, but they cannot conceal, they cannot take their heavily ironic tone. Okay, so this is from Spenser Promethean. That is a marriage song in which marriage songs are given. So who has written Marinine Mood, Spencer Island? It is of question number 22. Sylvia's Plath Morning Song, W.H. Auden in Praise of Limestone, T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. It's D, T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. Okay. Question number 23. Can you see the caretaker? Same work has been asked in 2013 June. So this is why I say please focus on PYQ and you should not miss reading it. Okay. So the Tramp in Pinter's first big hit, the caretaker often travels under an assumed name. It is Bernard Jenkins, Raleigh Jenkins, Jack Jenkins and Peter Jenkins. So this type of question answer you will be only able to answer when you have read this work once, when you have read the character, or when you have read or saw a video. Only that way you can remember. And Harold Pinter's work, every work is important from the point of view of absurdity and how it is happening, kitchen sink drama, everything is associated, interrelated with it. So yeah, its answer is Bernard Jenkins. Okay. Question number 24. Here is a list of early English plays imitating Greek and Latin plays. Pick the odd one out. So how we have to pick the odd one out? It's Gordeberg, that is tragedy, Tamberlin, Ralph Roister Doister, then Grammar Norton's Needle. Then what should be the answer? It is Tamberlin. Okay. Why Tamberlin? Anyone? You will comment me in the answer, and this is very important. This like again like 100 of times it has been repeated. Gordeberg and Ralph. This is the first tragedy. This is the first comedy. Okay. Question number 25. Where does Act 1, Scene 1 of William Congrave's Way of the World open? So earlier whatever the question was, it was a deep asked question, that whether you have read the question or the works or not. So that is why they were like that. So it is a chocolate house. Wow. While a well-boiled icicle for a well-boiled bicycle is an example of spoonerism, someone saying cognitive food for continental food is an example of malapropism. Yesterday only we solved that who was Mrs. Malapropism, who was Mrs. Malaprop, and why malapropism is famous. Why? Because when we say at the end of the day we are all human beings. I said beings, but you must have heard beings. So that is malapropism. When you, like, this is the example, icicle, this is bicycle, this is congenital, and this is continental. So this is the example. Now let's solve question number 27. Oh my god. It is an unimaginable that all the following events happened in 1 year. So until unless you are not knowing the background, you won't be able to solve this one. So for that you should be knowing each and every background in short. So its answer is this one. Sir Arthur Quiller Coach published the Oxford Books of English Verse 27. Okay, that is the only important year. See, I did not read the complete question, that's why I got wrong. Why? Because here it is asking that it is unimaginable that all the following events happened in 1 year, and these all events I had to see the all, and then I have to find this one, that okay, I have to identify the year. Let's discuss. This is an interesting one. So Arthur Evans discovered the first European civilization. His excavation in Crete revealed a culture that was far older than either Attic Greek or ancient Rome. Then Sir Arthur Quiller Coach published the Oxford Book of English Verse. Then Pablo Picasso stopped off and the gate for this. Max Planck theory unveiled the quantum theory. Then again, science students, if you know Planck theory, how quantum works, the circles. Hugo de Vries identified what would later come to be called. Freud published in 1900. He found worthy of two. So are important. If you read any book or if you read on Wikipedia, kindly do read epigraph that's written in blue line. You just simply go to Wikipedia. Click on any work or any writers or novelist work, and then you see epigraph. Whenever you see epigraph, it will be mentioning that the critic is that, and it is written by. So very nice line, brother to a prince and a father to a beggar if he found worthy. So options are T.S. Eliot's By the Hollow Man, Rudyard Kipling's The Man Who Would Be the King, George Eliot's Silas Marner, and E.M. Foster's Howard's End. So this will be answer to this. Rudyard Kipling's The Man Who Would Be the King, very interesting story. Please read. Very interesting story if you want to fall in the love of literature. How beautifully story is woven, and what is that when you don't keep your promises. If you're not keeping your promises, you are not a reliable person, and you should always stick with your promise, and you should not break it. This is the story will teach you. So if anyone interesting, you can read that. Then question number 29, Robert Graves in Broken Images ends thus: he in a new confusion of his understanding, I am a new understanding of my confusion. The figures of speech here is chasasmus, inversion, catasaurus and Duma. I was not knowing, but I know the answer for you. So this is chasamus. Like here what you can see that he is a new confusion of his understanding. So he is replaced with I, and understanding has changed, the very thick one, pronouns have been changed. Okay, now question number 30, the phrase leaves an example of one seed. So it, for that you should go in depth of literary works, and then only you will be able to answer this one. So at the end of The Great Gatsby, how you will know at the end until you haven't read this The Great Gatsby and the narrator Nick Cave observes what people, who were there? Tom and Daisy, the Wilsons, Gatsby and his friend, the people. It's Tom. This is very important, and again from 2012 to 2013, like June December, it has, like, you know, it has been happened like 4 times these work has been asked. Now again, William Words, please read all his work, famous works, lyrical ballads. Since 2012 June to December 2013, it has been asked. Okay, so complete the phrase: to choose incidents from common life and to relate or describe them throughout as far as possible. And you will not believe, in our graduation, I did rote learning for this, and I when I was writing like 100 times or 200 times, I felt the beauty of it, and I know the essence why William Wordsworth used to choose in a common language, because see, until and unless when you are writing for the upper classes or the elite people or the noble people, you are writing just to amuse them. You are not bringing up the reality. And what William Wordsworth work that how you are sorry, how you are bringing the real essence of the beauty, how you are telling the people that how rustic women lives, how the women's plights are, how people are working in their day-to-day life. This was very difference when we'll talk about that. When a writer like William Wordsworth is writing for the rustic people, that influence. And then when we go back to the Elizabethan period, and then we talk about the Cavalier poets, that they were writing just for the royal King James I and their heirs, and they just wanted to praise king, so that in return they get the money or the praise, or their books can be written. So that is the thing. So here the answer is the first one, in the selection of language really used by men. Until and unless, what happened? My life went back or what? I'm not able to see the connection. Is it okay? I hope it's okay. In a selection of language really used by men, and not by relation, and not by common man, and not by the difference. Okay, now question number 23. Here it started raining. I could hear the sound. Now again, novels in the last line. When I was taking life class of June 2012, I told you, whenever it is a novel or a poet or a poem, please start with the first line or the last line. So here it is: Lord Jim, To the Lighthouse, A Passage to India, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, and then here are the last lines given. So question number 32, it's Lord Jim is this one, April old father artifact stands me. Let me see one option in which 1 2. I am left with these two options, A and D, because 1 ka correct answer is 2. Let me go for someone. To the lighthouse. Yes, I have read the lighthouse. It was done definition as brush extreme visions. I had visions. Yes, my right. This one match. So second, to the lighthouse. Okay, because before, because I don't know of a port of young men, and Passage to India I haven't read much, but yes, 3 ka is first. Yeah, now I remember this one also. It was finished. Yes, she thought laying down her brush in extreme fatigue, but I have had my vision. So like this you have to, even if you are knowing one, or if even if you are, I have mailed you, see what you have mailed me. I'll see these days I'm very busy because I have a lot of work for my PhD and I'm confused in selecting the my topics, and I have to write proposals, a lot of busy. That's why if I haven't seen mails I won't be able to reply now, but I will see and I'll check and I'll reply. Okay, so this is how, if 4 novels are given and even if you know 2 out of 4, you are good to go. Okay, question number 34. Identify the incorrect description of sprung rhythm from the following. This rhythm causes ideas to spring and minds, hence sprung rhythm. In sprung rhythm the feet are of equal length. A foot may have 1 or 2. This includes 15 types. When I will say 15 types, means that have no surpair, it will come and you have to be ready for it, because nobody read in detail these types of work or question or a topic, you can say. And here what it is written? Incorrect. You will be reading and you say, yeah, it is right, and when you will say, okay, this I have to correct. So this is very problematic kind of question. Okay, so here question option number 1 is incorrect. This rhythm causes ideas sprung in mind, hence it's sprung rhythm. No, this is nonsense. Okay, who among the following proposes the unconscious comes into being only in language? Who comes up with Sigmund Freud or Jacques Lacan or Stott? Sigmund also talks about the unconscious and how it deals with, but when it comes being only in language, it's Jacques Lacan. Okay, so never get confused when only you see, okay, one word, okay, I know about this one, unconscious, and he is related with Sigmund Freud. No, and that is when we get wrong, right? Question number 36. The Elizabethan settlement established during the reign of Elizabeth I. Now choose the correct combination. Ensure the supremacy of the church, yes, of England. In Elizabethan period you will only see the church, the Catholic, the Protestants. Okay, allowed Christians to acknowledge the authority of Pope? No, it was not allowed. Allowed the extremer Protestant to be part of the Anglican Church? Yes, it was correct. Created a group known as the Roundheads? No, it was not that. So which one is right? 1 and 3. 1 and 3, yes. So here we are done with question number 35. Now question number 37. Which of the following statement does not speak of old age and death? The beggar met her useless and tiniest. So it is not about the old age and death. So why? So again, what we understood by this question exactly, that whenever we are reading a poem, we should always focus on the themes and what it is focusing on and what it is not focusing on. Okay. Question number 38. Again, one English poet addressing another. So beautiful lines, and then whose lines are these, to whom they are addressed. So thy soul was like a star and dwelt apart. Thou hast a voice whose sound was like the sea, pure as the naked heavens, majestic free. So dost thou travel on life's common way, in cheerful godliness. Whose lines are these, and to whom are they addressed? So W.H. Auden to W.B. Yeats, P.B. Shelley to William Blake, William Wordsworth to Milton, and Ben to Shakespeare. So the correct answer will be William Wordsworth, and he was quoting Milton. Okay. Question number 39. Samuel Johnson's Lives of Poets 1781 was originally a series of introductions to the poets he wrote for a group of London publishers. They were collected as Lives. Okay, very interesting one and very easy and very direct one, but still, can you see the difficulty? All look same. Its answer is, but when you know the answers, no, even if it is given in 100 of options, you will be knowing, okay, yes, this is the correct answer, because you were looking for that particular word. Suppose from this, I just remember that in the starting it will be prefaces, and at the end it will be English poets. Though it was there one of English poets, but in the starting it was not the prefaces. So yeah, for Lives of Poet is subtitle is prefaces, or the complete work is will be prefaces, biographical and critical to the works of English poets. Okay. Question number 14. Which of the following is not mentioned in Northrop's Fire's 4 generic plots? The comic, the tragic, the lyric, the ironic. It's the lyric. Question number 41. Arrange. See the wasteland. Can you see how important this work is? And many professors, when they go for their interviews, the interviewer always ask the wasteland first line, second line, and tell them to please give your demo in the first line, the wasteland. So it's a very important one. So you have to arrange this one in how they appear in the poem. So the very first one is the fire summoned, death by water, a game of chess, what the thunder said, and the burial of the dead. See, what I remember is the last one will be the thunder, or what the thunder said. Okay, see how UGC is playing. Can you see earlier UGC net in 2012? There was like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 like that. Even if you are knowing one correct sequence, you will be able to answer. But see, now UGC net is playing with our emotions. So yeah, I was just knowing the burial, what the thunder said, but I also know that it starts with the burial of the dead. So my work will be done. Oh no, I'm stuck with 3 options. Okay, I can simply cut A1. I can eliminate the option A. Fire sermon, death by water, game of chess, what the thunder said. 5 4. Second will be a game of chess. So finally I get to know my answer. The sequence is the burial of the dead, then a game of chess, then the fire sermon, death by water, and then what the thunder said. So please mark this work as VI. Very important, okay? Supplium is a character in dot essay. What is dot essay? I don't know. But I know Supplium's character is in the Alexander Pope's The Rape of the Law. So yeah, it is again repeated. Question number 43. Stealing herself to the murder, Lady Macbeth calls on dash to unsex me here. Choose the right option to fill in the blank. God, the spirits of hell, the angels in heaven, no one in particular. She said to the spirits of the hell. Can you see how she's saying, Lady Macbeth, unsex me here? When people don't believe on you, or repeatedly when someone is trying to tell you that yeah, this is the matter, this is the fact, and still nobody understands you, then at that point, generally women, I'm talking in terms of, I'm just telling you in these all in general terms, like whenever you're trying to tell someone or make you understand someone and people get defensive in it, so at that point, particularly in women, they just leave at that, okay? And that's where Lady Macbeth says that when she was trying to say Macbeth that yes, these were the scenes I saw and like that, but he did not understand her, and he was a lot of things in that you should see. You should watch this. This is also available on YouTube. So yeah, she said to the spirits of the hell. Question number 44. You will find the following lines in an English poem. So I just see Indian Ganges, rubies, rubies of Hummer. Which poem and who is the poet? Anyone guess? Very easy one, and it has a relevance. So this one is To His Coy Mistress Andrew Marvell. Very beautiful poem. Question number 45. Teach me half the gladness that thy brain must know, such harmonious madness from my lips would flow. The world should listen then as I am listening now. So whose lines are these? To whom are they addressed? So can you see this in December 2013? So you will see a pattern. When it is a easy question or the very starting 10 questions will be easy, then the rest of the one will always be easy. But once you started with these type of questions like the extracts, can you see the long one? So it just give the long answers are, and what we say, signals. I'd say the long ones give signals to our brain that oh my god, I have to read this much, oh my god, I will not understand. Can you see it? How long? Our brain just gets panic. So that is why you have to keep practicing at your home. If you will not practice at home, that burden and that anxiety will be there in the examination. That is why you should start preparing and focusing, and that too on a laptop or mobile or tablet, such like that, because that gives you real time examination. So teach me half the glass. So whose lines are these and to whom are they addressed? It is P.B. Shelley, The Skylark. And again, can you see the importance of P.B. Shelley, that every time it has been asked, every time since 2012 June, December, 2013 June, December, every time. And you will see these some names repeated always: John Keats, P.B. Shelley, William Wordsworth, Robert Browning. So these are the important ones. That what UGC NET is telling you to please give importance to them, because I'm going to ask the same question or the same pattern or the same poet but different question. So this is the way that it has been. Lines are P.B. Shelley, and to whom they are addressed? It is addressed to the Skylark. So match the following: that novel and major symbol. Again, whenever you read any novel, start with the theme, start with the key motive, start with the themes, key motives, characters, analyzation, and that's all. So match the following with the Dombey and Son, The Return of Native, Bleak House, Test, Fog, Train, Hell, Heath, Mist. In this, I have read in depth the Bleak House. Bleak House. So it's all about fog. Major symbol was fog because every time you see some or something, there's foggy, black, dark theme was there. Everything is not clear. So I see 3 ka 1. Oh my god. Have I not been known this Bleak House? Again I have to go with the same crap. Like again 4 ka 1 1 1. So when your options are easy like 1 2 3 4, that's easy one, that even if you are knowing one work, you are good to go. But like this one, we get trapped. So yeah, Bleak House, Fog, Tess, Mist, The Return of the Native, Heath, and the Dombey and Son is Train. Yeah, so the correct answer is A. 47. The following post-modernist novel has an unusual protagonist whose gender is not revealed. So much so that we keep wondering whether that person is relationships are homo, heterosexual. So the French Luton's Woman, English Music, Written on the Body, or Enduring Love. So it's Written on the Body. So that in that work it's always been referring as like, okay, this means only the characters, only the points were discussed, the incidents were discussed, and not about his, her, and what is that person is talking about. Question number 48. Which novel of Graham Greene in the following list does not end in the same form of suicide by protagonist? Okay, again not. So generally what in Graham Greene, every time some or other has to die, but like, yeah, end in the some form of suicide by the protagonist. But in which work that does not happen and he went out of the track is England Made Me. In The Heart of the Matter also one person died. Brighton Rock, people died. The Power and the Glory, people died. So yeah, his character, mostly his protagonist, used to die in the work. So yeah, again we see Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, very important, and you cannot miss it. And again the very famous quotes: it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a life. So what does it mean? Anyone who can make me explain? We have read this in our graduation. So in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, the novel starts with this: it is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in a possession of a good fortune must be in a want of a life. But I think it is wife or something like that. So when a woman is going to marry, what a female looks for in a man, that he should be a single man in a position of good fortune, that person must be acquire a wealth so that he or she can spend his life in a good way. So yeah, as we get to read this novel, the statements seem to be made from the point of the surrounding families: Mrs. Bennet, Mr. Bennet, the woman of Jane Austen's age and society. So let me zoom in so that you can see. It is said by point of Mrs. Bennet, Mr. Bennet, and the women of Jane Austen's age and society. So 2, 3 and 4. 2, 3 and 4. So yes, 2, 3 and 4 is the correct answer. Okay, why I thought I did the 48. I missed some questions or what? Here, question number 49. Who among the following gave a happy ending to King Lear? In real, King Lear is a tragedy, no happy ending, a lot of bloodshed. But who gave it a happy ending? James Quinn, Nahum Tate, Peg Woffington, or Charles Maclean? So it is Nahum Tate. Mrs. Bennet was not there. Mr. Bennet was not there. So it will be first, second, and 4. First, second, and 4. Yes, I got wrong. Please see this one. Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. It was given by the surrounding families, Mrs. Bennet and the women of Jane Austen's age and society, and not by Mr. Bennet. Please make a correction here. Okay, and this is very important one. I cannot make stars with it. I can write VI so that you can understand it is important. Who among the following it's Nahum Tate? Okay, let me check if I have left any question or what. No, I have not left. So yeah, this is it for today, December 2013 and not 23. So yes, we have covered till now June 2012 PYQ, December 2012 PYQ, June 2013 PYQ, and today December 2013 PYQ. And after solving 4 papers, and that too of 50 questions, so 50 questions take 1 hour completely, 1 hour 10 minutes, 1 hour 50 minutes of your reading and understanding level. So for 100 question, when I will be solving like from 2018 or 15, it will be like 100 questions also. So that time it will be like 2-hour live classes. So be ready and get, tie a belt, have a cup of coffee or a bottle, and then sit with it with a copy and pen. If you are reading and just watching it, it won't be helpful. Try jotting down the important points, important topics, so that you can read it further. And this is very important, which I felt solving like 3 previous years. December 13 was a bit difficult. So yeah, what you need to do a deep analysis of it. Like you have to read about John Keats, about how the underlying themes are there. You have to read about D.H. Lawrence, E.M. Forster, then the Old English words. You can be ready with these types of questions also come. So you have to be ready with all. Like they will give you an extract, they will ask not, like they will give you the literary club or movement, and they will ask that who are not the members. So you should be knowing who are the members, then only you will be able to answer it. Then what is quest narrative, what is Bildungston romance. So these type of novels you should be knowing it. Then these are very important: Ted Hughes, Seamus Heaney, W.H. Auden, D.H. Lawrence. Their poems are very important. Do have a look over it. Then you should be knowing these important facts: when the Norman conquest happened, introduction of printing happened, James While. So these are, and this will be coming in the UGC NET examination. If you are not able to cover it now, before 10 days or before 5 days, it is not possible to cover the huge amount of, and then you will be going in each end. So this is the thing, you have to do it. So yeah, this is it for today. And if you have any doubts, you can comment, you can ask me in the comment section, and get ready for June 2014 questions. So you can also answer in comment section and not just by sitting idle. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you. Signing off. Bye bye.